I definitely hit the. Hey, hey, hey. Thank y'all for coming out and joining us on another episode of Melanated and Candid. We are doing, today we're going to do some reaction video. So it's our Mac Reacts Day. We'll be doing a couple reaction videos. So thank you for tuning in to us. Before we get started, I'm going to introduce my co-hosts. Hey, ladies. How are you today? How you doing, Miss D?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, ready to talk about these malfunctioning women.
Ain't that the truth? Some of these videos are going to be not only funny, but just some of them is just outright just ridiculous with the
Right.
behavior. I was shocked myself
I don't
for
know if I'm
sure.
shocked anymore. I mean, I still get shocked, but you see so much, it's like nothing surprises you anymore because you can't make this stuff up.
Nah, that's true. Now that right there is true. I think I'm still shocked every time. Like, what in the world? Why would you? How could what? Why?
Oh shit, she lagging. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
So
minute.
so how are you today, Miss Nisi?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna need us to get on the same. What? Wait a minute. There you go. Okay, stop it. Hey
Mm-mm.
y'all, how y'all doing? I'm doing good. I think, yeah, it's a struggle every day, but I'm all right today. I guess.
I feel you.
Good. Yeah, Miss Nisi lost one of her family members.
My
Um,
baby.
her her baby went to dog heaven, so she ended
All
up.
dogs go to heaven. All dogs go to heaven.
You lost a
Yeah,
dog? You lost
yeah,
a pooch? Oh, I'm sorry to
um,
hear that.
Yeah, Cujo.
yeah.
Oh,
So
for real?
Yeah,
How old?
it was
How
all
old
of
was it?
a sudden 3.
That's all?
That's what I'm saying. It was all of a sudden, like he was
Wow.
sick, and then that's it. Like I'm so lost. I'm so hurt. I don't even want to talk about it because get me crying again. Because that was my ninja.
I feel you on
oh,
that.
yeah. R.I.P. to you, Cujo. Um,
Right.
so
Okay.
we gonna go ahead and get started. Let's see if I can get this video clip going.
Which one we doing first, Rox?
This ungrateful wife.
Oh.
So this first video that we're getting ready to show deals with a housing situation. Ridiculous, just ridiculous in my opinion. The way she acts about a new home for herself and for her family. But I mean, I guess to each his own. We're getting ready to play the video so y'all can see exactly the ridiculousness that I'm talking about. All right.
Ain't nothing wrong with this house. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with this. Look at this house. This house is perfect.
This house next to that house, it doesn't even look right.
It's
Oh, come on now.
Is it freezing?
mortgage.
Everybody being paid for.
It ain't no rent. Okay, tell me what's wrong with the house. Ain't nothing wrong with this man. All right, we just looked at it. Okay, we just looked at it. Calm down. We in here. Calm down. We in here. In here.
I don't care.
Calm down. Hey, bro. She tripping about the house, bro.
No, you don't want this house.
Okay. Calm down. He's a professional. Calm down. Yeah, calm down.
My money.
No, chill out. Okay, tell me what you like about the house. What don't you like?
Let's go upstairs.
All right, man. This house is perfect. Look.
You don't see her.
Yeah, this house is perfect.
Start it over, Rox.
It ain't rent. It's mortgage. We got a mortgage now.
Where's the other person?
All right.
I ain't want to mess you up.
Look, I'm trying
to
finding it back now.
That house, it doesn't even look right.
It's paid for. A mortgage.
Everybody being paid for.
It ain't no rent. Okay, tell me what's wrong with the house. Ain't nothing wrong with this.
You want a house to look at it. You
All right. We just looked at it.
You didn't talk to me about it.
Okay, we just looked at it. Calm down. We in here. Calm down. We in here. You in here.
I don't care.
Calm down. Hey, bro. She tripping about the house, bro.
No, you don't want this house.
Okay.
I don't know what's going
Calm
on.
down. Okay, tell me what you like about the house. What don't you like?
Let's go upstairs.
All right, man. This house
I
is
don't
perfect.
understand what you
Look.
don't see her.
Yeah, this house is perfect.
What is it?
It ain't rent. It's mortgage. We got a mortgage now.
Where's the other person shower?
The shower.
Where's the other part?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Look at that. That's a nice shower. Nice bathroom.
She said, "Where's the other part to the shower?"
We can do it right here. We can do it on the table right here. You tripping? We can do it right here.
This doesn't even match this. What are you talking about? I don't even still know you would do this. I'm sorry, sir. Excuse me.
Go to the bedroom, y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
In here. Where's the other one?
This is a master bedroom.
Where's the closet?
Did it freeze?
Where's the closet? Did you think about that?
You got a closet
Did you think
right
about
here?
my clothes and shoes? No, but you have to do this in a damn phone. Excuse me.
Girl, first of all,
Man,
what
dog.
master bedroom ain't got no closet?
I'm paying for this. This is mortgage, bro. This ain't rent.
I'm not paying this.
She was so doggone mad. She was worried about what didn't match and what did. Those are things that you fix up after you get into the house if you don't like what doesn't match, right? Because you can always replace the cabinets and stuff.
But but what other part of the shower was she talking about? Because she must have wanted one of them Embassy Suite hotel room showers.
I think she was just talking because those new modern showers, they don't have the other half of the door. But that's how it's made. It's designed in a way that as far back as you place it, the water is not supposed to come out onto you or onto the floor.
And I actually like those. I like the idea of just stepping right in and not having to worry about that. You don't have to worry about shower curtains either. That's less money you have to spend when it comes to redecorating a home. Now, don't get me wrong. The home may not be your taste. I can't say that it's the house that I would pick driving down the street, but that still doesn't take away the value of having a mortgage as opposed to having rent. But
Right.
she did bring up one good point, but we'll get to that later on in the video. But yeah, For me, it was the irrational behavior in front of company, because I don't know if this is
That
a real estate agent or whoever is in the home, but this woman is carrying on like this with somebody else in this home, and I'm assuming it's the real estate agent.
it's definitely the real estate agent
She
sitting
said she
there
didn't care. She said she didn't care.
watching
Right.
her turn up.
She said she didn't care. So having a little bit of coof about yourself can go a long ways, and having some poise. And yes, you can say exactly how you feel, but you don't have to be that loud. You can be
Well, first
very
of all, we're going to
assertive.
have that conversation in private. That's first of all. I will not be demeaning
Exactly.
or hollering
Right,
at or yelling at, and I would not be doing that with my man
right,
in nobody's public. We can have this
right.
conversation in private all day long about how disrespected I feel, but I'm not going to do this in front of company.
And I learned that as I grew, as I got older, I actually learned that. So it was, yes, that is definitely something you do not need to do. And not everybody needs to see and hear what's going on in your home.
Right. Keep
Period.
everybody out your
Period.
business.
So then you don't have nobody trying to tell you and what's going on in your house. So they ain't got no business telling you nothing. Nobody can say
Can't
anything.
tell you nothing. Right.
So yeah, that's but minus that. I feel her to a certain extent. Go ahead and finish playing. I definitely feel her to
Yeah,
a certain
but she
extent.
loud.
Not
Her,
that loud.
her mouth loud, her hair loud, that outfit loud, them shoes loud, that BBL is loud. She just a loud individual.
I knew you was gonna say. How I know somebody was gonna say that?
All the way
That she
around.
what about that BBL?
Yes,
Because you know she got one.
yes. About all that, girl. I was gonna say. I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't have a BBL. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking people that do. I'm not knocking no one that does. I'm just saying that's a lot. But I'm just saying.
Hers was, yeah, it's definitely his.
But I ain't mad at her. And that's probably another reason why she's upset. Because how can she keep up that BBL when you putting on mortgages and you putting things like that?
I mean, she was gonna pay the bill regardless. If you paying rent, then you paying
Right.
You
regardless.
paying way more.
Oftentimes rent is going to be higher than a mortgage
Always.
unless you don't know how to stay within your means.
Always.
Or you got poor credit.
True.
But hell, still at the end of the day, your mortgage is going to be lower than your what? Your rent.
Typically,
Yeah.
your mortgage will be lower than a
It's
rent.
still going to be lower. Like it's still going to be somewhat lower, whether it's
Not only that, it's a tax benefit to you and to your family. It's a generational wealth creation for you and your family, to help
because
make
you don't
sure
have
you
to live in
always
it.
have a stake in some land and some housing,
Because you don't have to live in it.
and placed inside of your trust and passed down to your generation. So, yeah, because I mean, eventually, if it was me, my goal would have been, okay, well, I might not want this house right now. I might not have wanted this particular house,
But since you got it,
what he didn't went out and done. That's what's up, babe. Let's go, because we're gonna take this house and we're gonna fix it up the way we like it. We're gonna stay here for these couple years, 5, whatever, how many years we gotta stay in order to satisfy the terms of our mortgage. And then we can rent this mug out, go buy the next one, and Airbnb this one out and let it pay the rent for the next one. Let it pay the mortgage for this one and move on to the next one.
hello.
See, I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that later after she brought up a point. But yeah,
But yeah, let her finish her little rant, please.
yeah,
I want to
good
hear it
point
all.
though.
I want to hear all her details of why she feel like this is not a good investment. Or why it's not a good house. Let me say it that way. Why it's not a good house. And she said something in the beginning too about, okay, well, look at that house, and then look at this one. This don't even look like it should be here. Good point. That means if that house don't look like it should be there, guess what it's about to do? Go sky high in market value, because guess what? The other ones around it look like they should be there. It's going to do the same thing. Like it's going to come up on the come up. But nonetheless, whatever.
Yeah, because your interest rate is going to be based on the value of the neighborhood, not just your home.
Hey, my thing is just in general, like you got to look at all the property around you. Yes, it may not look like it should be there, but it's there.
But it's not a bad home though. I get it. It might not be the home that you would have chosen driving past the home. I don't think I personally would have chosen that home either. But that still has nothing to do with not being able to identify the value in having a home. You
It's a master bedroom.
especially go ahead, you can play it, Rob.
No, but you have to do it to the damn phone.
I didn't even cut you off.
Man, yo,
Finally
go
caught
ahead. You
itself.
we paying for this.
You
This is
good?
mortgage, bro. This ain't rent.
I'm not paying.
Did you pause it, Ross, or did it freeze?
No, it had froze. So it paused itself.
Oh, that's nice of it.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's letting us talk. That was nice. She got mad at the closet. She said it's not even a
There's
closet.
no refrigerator.
It ain't supposed to be one. We bought the
Girl,
house.
listen, you talking about there ain't no refrigerator.
We bought the house. We don't do it like that.
The stove should be where?
Hey, but you know what? That just let you know she used to apartment living because most
Living
homes
room
don't
right
come
here.
with the
This one of my man
refrigerator in it.
cave.
It's a porch.
Right.
Another porch.
Wait a minute.
Why would you
No,
do this?
I can't.
You
We
just
have guests
spent
right
my
here.
money.
You tripping. Yeah, she tripping. Look at
Girl,
that. She tripping.
no, you spent a furnace in the living room. What am I supposed to do with this?
We can cover that with a curtain.
Why
Put a
would you
curtain
do
right
this
there.
with our money?
Put some drapes right there.
We got money back, sir. I don't know what
Nah,
it
chill
is.
out. He don't got nothing to do with this. Already getting the earnest deposit already.
Look at that BBL.
I was just about to say I'm so mad at this video right now.
I'm mad because it paused it right there.
All I
Right.
heard was
Again.
That blonde, that Barbie colored hair, Barbie colored hair down to her feet
Hey,
with the
you
Barbie
she
colored
thinks
pink
she Nicki
shoes.
Minaj.
Yeah, the Barbie colored pink shoes.
Yeah, she thinks she Nicki.
She said,
But,
I don't know, treasure
but
troll
she
ass
brought up a
chick.
good point. She
Right.
brought up a good
Explain
point.
it to her,
If
man.
this is
Hold on.
I'm not I ain't signed nothing but his house.
That's what I'm saying. We good. Look, hey, we got.
It's a red
then
door.
why you talking to
Yo,
another
already
man?
getting the earnest deposit.
because that is
You
the
being
reason.
emotional, man. Calm down. You being emotional.
Because why would you spend my money?
It's our money.
It was
You keep saying my
75%
money.
my money.
It's our money, though. It's our money. Get it together. It's our
You
money.
didn't even talk to me on this. What is wrong with
We
you
are
today?
okay, we in a relationship. I consulted with you. I told you to get in the house. You told me you trust my judgment, right? You say you trust my
We haven't
judgment.
even gotten married yet. There should have been
Okay.
a decision between both of us.
All right, we made a decision already. I gave the earnest deposit already. Look, we got a look. This smart house. We got a smart house over here. This is smart house.
The smart house is smarter than you because you didn't make this
That's what you
decision with
wanted.
me.
All right, that's cool.
I
Hey,
figured
Cam, get that money
out.
back.
Okay.
So, oh,
Couple
that must be it. That must. So, okay. So the part from so she brought up a couple of maybe a good point. So she said about the idea that this is our money, and she also mentioned the fact that we're not even married yet. So I guess they're engaged. Now, don't
Go ahead, I paused it.
okay. So don't get me wrong. If we're not married and you're making this kind of purchase with our money, I could understand why she may feel a little slighted. However,
Right.
depending on what she means by our money, if they're dating, not married yet, maybe they're just engaged and they live together, whatever the case may be, they decide to put all their money together. The minute you decided to put your money together, regardless of your
Yes.
marital status,
Yes.
whatever we do with this money, if we made a decision that this is our money, then you
Yep.
don't get to claim mines and yours and
Nope.
all of this. This is ours now.
Yep.
And another thing, if this is our money, if he wouldn't purchase his home with our money and let her tell it was 75% hers, and I'm gonna bring up a point about that too. But if this was
Right.
our money, is there any time that she is spending money out of this joint account that she didn't get his approval for first? Did she get his approval when she went and got that hair done? Did she get his approval when she went and got those eyelashes done? Did she get his approval when she bought those pink sneakers? Did she get his approval when she got the BBL? So whatever, or a girlfriend's trip, or whatever she is spending money on, if she doesn't have to ask for his approval, then why does he have to ask for hers if this is our money? So when you make the cognitive decision to put your money together, you
Yes.
don't get to have that argument later on down the road, and you made this decision without being married.
Nope.
Not only
But
that, you
that's
got to
the
think about it like this. She's probably working a job somewhere. Her money is going directly into the account, which is why she's screaming 75% hers, because she put putting her portion of her money in there. He a barber, so he getting paid under the table. So her nails, her hair, and all of that stuff that she getting done 8 times out of 10, he's probably paying for that out in cash anyway. So that portion of the money ain't even going into their account. So your 25% that she talking about that he putting in, she not even accounting for all of the extra stuff that this man is doing for her on the other side. You know what I mean?
Okay. But so this is my issue with the 75%. And a lot of these be skits, but even if it's a skit, there are lessons to be learned in these skits because people act like this. Yes. So even in the 75%, I was on another podcast and we were having a conversation about should anybody be automatically named the head of the household and why? And of course, you know, my stance is the man is automatically head of the household. There ain't no question about that. So everyone tried to debate me saying that, well, that depends on who makes the most money. And first of all, that's bullshit. Because who makes the most money has nothing to do with head of household. The only time head of household has anything to do with finances is when you're talking about filing IRS taxes. That's the only time head of household has to do with finances. Head of household is not just about finances. It's about who's going to make the best economical decisions for the house, who's going to make the best decisions for the household, who's going to make sure things are operating smoothly and all this other type of shit. It's not just about finances. And furthermore, the minute you decide to say, I do, I don't care if she is making more money because we're living in an environment where Black women happen to be the most educated people on the planet. We've locked up a good portion of our Black men. So a lot of them can't get the jobs that a lot of these women have, not to mention they're being handed to a lot of Black women in the face of Black girl power and Black magic and all this other and this feminist movement. So you consider the fact that she makes more because a lot of circumstances that surround us in the environment that we live in today. You don't get to say I'm head of household because I make more, because the minute you get married, it's no longer your money and his money. It's our money. So you don't make $75,000 and he makes $25,000. The household makes $100,000. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Period.
That's exactly how it works.
And that's part of the problem why these women ain't got no man today, or why these men treat these women the way that they do.
I was just about to say something like that. Because of your lack of understanding how things should be and what you want them to be. You can learn a whole lot of things, but is that how it should be? Not at all. I don't mind it being a content creator because, like she said, it being a content creator, guess what? It helps us to educate the ones out there that think just like this content. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Think just like these people, like these young women. Who raised you to act like that? First of all,
a single mother that taught her to be strong and independent, and you don't need no man, because that's how people act. Back in the day, it used to be an honor for a man to buy his wife a house. How did this turn into America's biggest argument?
That's what I was going to say. Like, first of all, if someone buys you a house, you show appreciation. Thank you. This may not have been exactly what you wanted, but you
don't have to live there either. That could
never have to live there. Never got to be thinking about living there.
Right. It's like rental property.
Exactly. That could have been the first thing. Like, oh shit, we got the rental property now, babe. He'd be like, "No, we living here." Oh, we got the rental property now, babe.
Right. Even if we come here temporarily just to fix it up, get it all together. I don't want to stay here forever, but this is going to be the stepping stone. But for you to be that irate, I get it if we're talking about money thing, but again, you made a cognitive decision to combine your money before marriage, and this is just the end result of that. Make wiser decisions. But if you put all your money in the bank together and say this is our money, then we spend the money the way we choose to. Because if you didn't get approval to get that hair done, then you don't get to argue about what he spends the money on it out the joint account. That's just how that goes.
But I don't even care about what you're spending the money on. It was a business decision that he made. It was called appreciation. It's just saying, you know what? Thank you. As soon as that man leave, then you can say, hey, I don't like this. I don't like this. We're going to change this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. You can go through all the things of what you about to do and fix up the house. The only thing he can say is, well, okay, no problem, babe. We got the house anyways.
Right. And there could be very valid reason to be upset about that, but you definitely don't have that conversation in front of a company. Definitely not. The idea that you would disrespect your man in front of somebody or that he would disrespect you in front of somebody. I don't even understand what kind of relationships we're getting involved in nowadays that you think that's okay behavior to disrespect your partner in front of somebody else. At home behind closed doors, we can have whatever conversation we want to have. But in public, you're going to mind your manners and I'm going to mind mine.
Period. Because
And then
we going to cut
yeah,
that look and keep it pushing,
say
okay?
it again. Like that's exactly how you handle things. Start being more adult and mature about things.
Right.
Not just wanting it for likes or not just whatever. Like
Right. But you got a problem with him investing in the home, but you didn't invest in the BBL that ain't brought no value to nobody.
not even to the kids.
Then invested in a whole BBL.
But yet you talking about the house that he invested. And there's nothing wrong with, the first house. That's cool. If that's what y'all want it to be. Okay, cool. It's the first house. Cool. But if not, because that's not what she wants after she voices that opinion, after the house is already paid for, then the other thing could have been, okay, let's make it an investment house. That's what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? When
Right.
you think the next time, you have that common, okay, well, this is not what I wanted, babe. But this is
you can tell she ain't used to nothing. That's why she said there ain't no refrigerator. Houses, for the most part, don't come with a refrigerator. You
when
can
you
look if you get a house with a refrigerator. You can look if you get a house with a refrigerator in it.
Say that.
But that just lets you know that she ain't used to nothing. She's been living in apartments her whole life because her idea of a home is a home she's seen on Cribs, on MTV Cribs. That's her idea of a home.
Fully furnished. With the dishwasher, and then she got mad because the stove is in the middle and it should be over here by. No, honey, this is a new way of living. These is called new ways of living, modern ways of living. They changed the way things were moved in the kitchen. So, no, you do not have a stove you do not have a refrigerator because you bought the house. So you buy you a refrigerator to fit in there if that's what you choose, or not, or not. You better be appreciative that they gave you a dishwasher and they gave you a stove and not just gave y'all the spaces.
Okay.
Of where the shit should be, because that's what they do. It comes with the dishwasher hookup, if that's what you choose to do. But most people that's like rehabbing houses and flipping houses, they do, step out and get that package deal where you got the little microwave with the dishwasher with the stove.
Yeah, you can find a home with that in it. But if you find a home ain't got no refrigerator in it, nobody should be surprised about that. And the fact that she is, let you know that she ain't never had nothing.
It don't match. This don't even match this. What we gonna do with it? This ain't got no door.
To me, that was all the fun in having a home, is making it your own, painting the walls the way you wanted it, redoing floors and everything. Because there's not a house on this planet that you move into and you don't find something that you wish was different. I don't care if it's just where a wall socket is placed. Or maybe you wish the closet was a little bit bigger. Or maybe you wish you had a different tub. Maybe you wish it had a garden tub. In every home that you purchase, there's going to be a moderation that you want to make at some point during that purchase. So for you to act like you're just going to walk into the automatic home of your dreams is crazy. And it goes back to show that you've never had anything.
That part. Like they said, all apartments come with a stove and a refrigerator. So she used to the best of the best apartment living.
And now drop her ass right back off of that apartment complex.
She's already said she wasn't staying there anyway. And if he keep the house, it's over. So, oh wait, she might not have said that yet. Let's get back to it. I'm talking too much.
I can't get the money back. I'm staying here. Bro, we staying here, bro. Don't worry about it, bro.
So you want house?
No, so we staying here. I already getting the earnest deposit already. We staying here.
You can't believe it.
I know what I'm saying. We staying here. I can't get the money back. I can't get the money back. We gotta stay here.
Get the damn money back.
You clueless. Yo, ain't nothing wrong with this house. Look at this house. Backyard, cool neighbors, all that. Yeah, she over there cussing. Look at her, y'all. Acting a fool.
Big ass yard.
Acting a nut. Yeah,
that's
whatever.
a nice ass yard. That's a nice ass double.
House.
Look at that. Downstairs, upstairs balcony. Shit.
It's a big house.
Yeah,
You
It's
living
like
in the
the state of
trenches.
the house.
She
It's
living in the
nicer on the
trenches, bro.
inside than it is on the
We was
outside.
in the trenches. Now we in this.
He
But
said that girl was living in the trenches.
He said we was living in trenches. Now you living in this.
okay. But yeah, I'd have let her go right back to the apartment complex. Because she don't understand how closing costs work. You don't just get no refund just because you said so.
I don't want it today. I'm
Yeah,
so
that ain't how closing costs work.
on everything, definitely. Please be careful about who you dealing with anyway, period. Because your choice as
Agreed,
a woman
right.
is going to determine your success in life. A lot of times, men elevate based on the women that they are dealing with. Um, the,
Yes.
most men become who they are because of that strong woman that had their back. It was always in them. Now, I'm not saying that, the woman is the one that it's always in them, but women help to be able to mold and bring it out of them by supporting them and being there and doing that good
Mm-hmm.
thing that we
Right.
get,
It's the support. Right. It's the support that women provide to men.
Mm-hmm. And
And
that comfort, that everything is good. That's when a nigga will be like, okay, well, let's do this, and I'm gonna do this and da 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 da. And you be like, okay, do you? I'm on this. Okay, I support you, baby. Come on.
yeah,
I'm your
he definitely dealing with a toddler for sure.
right.
But she threw a whole tantrum,
And then she walked out. Where's she at now? On the street?
stormed off like a toddler.
She on the street? She on the street yelling? What's she doing? She on the street yelling, looking
She
at
might
damn.
as well had her laid out on the porch and start kicking her feet.
Embarrassing yourself in front of the new neighbors.
That part. Not only the neighbors, like this man is really standing in here waiting on y'all to sign these papers. It's supposed to be a happy time. And yeah, seriously. She is turned up out of control.
Right. And can we take a second to acknowledge all the newcomers? It's a lot of new names I haven't seen before.
Yes, definitely. Thank you all for coming in and joining the channel. We appreciate you guys for coming and joining us. We love new neighbors. So thank you, Brian Turner, Professor Mix and the Rocketeer. Let me look, I'm scrolling. Steven, KDH, CMTV,
Hey, y'all. There you go. Damn.
XL,
Ooh, a country self.
Sola, Superhero, Miss Tamika Washington. We appreciate all of you guys and everybody that comes over. Education over entertainment. We definitely appreciate everybody. Thank you for coming in, Mr. Goodbread.
Yeah, I just got off a live with Mr. Goodbread talking about this DNA. We'll get back on that on our platform one of these days. That was a good conversation, and we're gonna have to finish that one. So salute Goodbread.
For sure. Now I might not pronounce this right. Is it Wes Motivation? We might have
Don't make
to
me lie to you.
we might have to get with that one. We might have to get with you on that one. You tell us how to make sure that we don't mispronounce your name. It's one of my peeves. I hate for somebody to mess my name up. Be annoyed. I'd be annoyed. That's why I started having people call me Roxy. And then why they was messing that up? How you mess up Roxy? I'm like, okay, so now they gonna mess up the spelling.
Wise. He put it wise like that.
Either way.
It's wise motivation, he said. Or she said. I can't see the pictures. I can't see no pictures at all. I suck.
Nice. All right.
But thank you. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe.
For sure. Definitely. And if you want to support our channel, you can definitely support us at via Cash App at Melanated and Candid. I'll screen it at the bottom, but in the meanwhile, let me get back to this video. So I can get it to act right. It'd be the pauses for my computer.
What was that, Rox?
I said it'd be the pauses for my computer.
Okay.
You don't like her.
But yeah, I just feel like she could have handled that better. Like I said, this
All right, give it
okay,
away.
it's playing. I'm
Give
good.
it
Oh,
away.
I'm good.
We still here. We still here.
Go get these keys or whatever from him because you're going to sell this house.
I know I'm
or
getting
I'm
the
going to get a
keys.
lawyer. I'm
You know what I'm
not doing
saying?
it.
Chill out.
Go get my
Don't
money.
put your hands on me.
Go get my money.
Hey,
Go
this
get.
is she don't put her
Give
hands on me.
me.
Chill out. Okay, listen.
Get.
You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
care about
Everybody
it.
gonna see this.
I don't care.
Good.
Get my money back because you're
Everybody gonna see this.
disrespectful.
All right, bro.
Did she?
Get,
You
It
will
seems
be
like
laughing
she
the
hit
way
him.
you will about.
Take the
Get my
keys.
money back.
Take the keys.
I will get a lawyer. I will get a lawyer. You did not get my signature on this house.
Where we gonna?
I had to pause it real quick because y'all know how I am about the domestic violence.
Well, her
So
signature is
I
not
definitely
needed
think
for
that
a
she
home
put her hands.
purchase. Yeah, it sounded like she hit him, and the way her voice elevated at that moment, it sounded like she hit him.
Yeah, I definitely think that she hadn't popped him one. I definitely think that this ain't the first time she done it because he made the comment already. Oh, she about to hit me. Like, don't put your hands on me. So every time she decides she get upset, apparently she's abusing her dude. Because that is definitely the signs of a domestic violence relationship. And yes, me and you can be in a domestic violence relationship. Please do not think for one reason or another that women hitting on you is not domestic violence, because it is definitely domestic violence. That's a domestic situation. And get out, because you
And
can
she needed no, she need to go to jail. She
save
needed
yourself.
the same treatment that he would get for domestic violence. She need to go to jail.
She do.
Equality, right?
That's the part most men not, they don't speak out about, or they
Even
don't
when they do,
even
she's not going to jail for hitting him. But in
they
the face of equality,
don't.
since so many women want it, she needs to sit her ass in jail.
That's so sad.
I feel you on that, KDH.
It's so sad.
Okay. And sometimes things is not what you get a chance to pick out. That's cool, but you make it still like, okay, not what we wanted, but
Right.
we gonna work this out.
But
Because
Nisi, the things that she complained about aren't things that made sense. Now, the curb appeal for me is what I would have had my biggest complaint about. But for you to complain that there's no refrigerator makes no sense. For you to ask where's the other part of the shower makes no sense. For you to say that you forget about my shoes makes no sense because you currently live in an apartment. What apartment do you live in or could you potentially live in that a house won't accommodate your shoes, but the apartment will? Everything she complained about is nonsense, and none of it has anything to do with her disappointment in that home.
None of it.
there's
So it's
all
just because
shoe
she
racks.
didn't pick it.
There's a whole thing of shoe racks. You can buy them and get them from the
But
store.
hold on. There is what apartment is she currently living in that is housing shoes that a house can't house?
That
She
part.
don't know.
And she got a whole extra bedroom space.
She
How
don't know. She ain't figured all that out yet.
She just wanted to complain. That's all. She was just finding stuff to complain about.
looking
Now,
for
the one valid complaint she had about the house was that furnace that was sitting up there in that big family room. I get that, but you could board
you
that
put
up.
a
You
door
could
on
fix
that.
that.
Put a
You
door
could
on
fix
it.
that. You could separate that whole area and just make it a like a little storage shed. You could block that whole thing off and make it a little storage shed back there. You could fix that. That was the only thing that was a legitimate complaint because I wasn't impressed by that either. I don't want no
No,
exposed
as
furnace,
a
but you
homeowner,
could fix that.
it's something that could be literally
Right.
get a sliding little slide thing. Hell, put a curtain right there for a little bit if that's how you really feel. I mean, that is so small. As a homeowner, you got to get past the little small shit. Figure out, hey, babe, you see this counter? It's different from this one. Okay, so you know we're gonna have to fix this, right? Oh, okay. I
They're
mean,
gonna start using their resources. Habitat for Humanity, they sell resale stores. They sell cheap stuff. She could go get a door, a real one, and put
right.
it on there. It ain't that hard.
But not to
That she
be funny.
complaining about, she can fix that countertop that's in that bathroom. If she wanted to match, she can take both of them countertops off and put a
Hello.
new one in there.
Right.
Like, she's complaining, like you said, for no reason at all, just to be able to complain. She
Right.
don't.
You just
She
don't
don't.
know. That
She
double
don't
deck
see
is
the
hot.
blessing.
That double deck is awesome. Did you see that double deck when you walk outside? When she walked outside, like that double deck is
Hey, the kids got plenty of room to play football or whatever else they play outside in the yard.
What?
Plenty
She
of
got
room.
all that space. She tripping.
Right. So yeah, she don't need to be over there because she was embarrassing herself in front of the new neighbors. And if I was one of the new neighbors, I probably would have been protesting. We don't want your kind over here.
For real.
Give her back her money, please, sir. Give her back her money.
Take that voucher mentality out of here. Because that's exactly what it is, a voucher mentality.
About a refrigerator, though. Where the refrigerator, girl? I bet it's so many hoes. You be like, you wasn't getting one of those. That's not something that you go in and that's what you get. No, you go in for the house, the property.
Said the air too clean over there for her.
Right. Must be.
Yeah, I agree with that though. She definitely don't. What Professor says, she definitely don't respect him because there's no way in hell I'm gonna have this conversation with my man in front. We could have had it behind closed doors all day long, but I'm not having this conversation in front of nobody. We're not. I'm not. We're not getting into a hollering match in front of folks. That's what we're not gonna do.
Not at all.
About it. We're gonna talk about it, but we ain't talking about it right now.
Yeah, you ain't about to embarrass me, and no, we not doing that. Embarrassing.
Yes, do not embarrass me. Because I look at that the same way I look at a 2-year-old having a temper tantrum in public. Do not embarrass me.
For real, that's inappropriate. No. Even if you was upset, there's a time and a place for everything. No, you're
right. You better get your ass right.
We would have had this conversation. You better put me in the car and have this conversation in the car on the way back to our old house to get our stuff. Because we not about to do this right here.
Right.
Or just learn how to shut down. Be quiet. Just don't say
nothing.
Be quiet.
All the way.
In the car, when you get to where you're going, you can say whatever you feel like saying. Just be quiet. Shut it down. Just
But when you're raised to believe that you don't need a man and that men are disposable, you freely act like this in the presence of men because you don't respect them. And for the most part, I know we're living in different times, and respect is, a lot of people think that respect should be earned. And I feel like this: when I first meet you, I'm going to instantly respect you until you give me a reason not to. There's no reason for me to disrespect you initially. No reason.
Right.
So when you get to a place where you can disrespect or freely talk to men in this manner, then you don't have respect for men as a whole. Not just her man. You don't have respect for men because I don't, first of all, I'm not going to get upset with a man to the point that we get in here, because when I get upset, I want to fight. I don't want to fight no man. So we're not finna get my blood pressure up over here, because it's not like we finna go to fisticuffs.
I'm gonna just go on and head out because
exactly. That's what I just said. You just stay quiet and just be like, all right.
For real.
Just let it go. Because as soon as I get to the car, as soon as we get somewhere quietly between us, we're going to let it go. But again, it has to be respectful when you letting it go. You can't be, the way that she's talking, I know she didn't call him a name. She didn't call him a couple little bees. And you know what I'm saying? She done gave him one of them rundowns with that mouth and that head bobbing and weaving.
If not to him directly, she definitely talked to her girlfriends about him like that. Even if she didn't do it to him directly.
Oh, she talks cold cash shit about him to them.
Right. I got him doing this, doing that.
Yeah, she got that. I don't need a man.
He my money and bought his house.
And the fact that he growing is really messing her up right now, because it's like, wait a minute, we supposed to be hood people. We supposed to be living in the hood, and you trying to do something different. Wait a minute, how you going to do an upgrade like this and buying a house? Nah, we supposed to, I got to get a new updated on my BBL. I got to get some more shoes and some more hair, and my nails did. That's her main thing. Like, you can see that. That's why she upset. He spent that money on not what she wanted to spend it on.
And get her Dior glasses and her Balenciagas.
Right.
When you grow up thinking that the head of the household is based on who makes the most money, when she made the comment that 75% of that money is mine, that's why she felt the need to act like that. And that's another reason why she doesn't respect him, because she automatically thinks that because she makes more money than him, or I don't know if she does or not, but that was what she claimed. She automatically thinks that she has authority over him, or that she's the head of the household. So how dare you make a decision without my consent or without consulting with me?
Yep. That's exactly how she's.
It's definitely supposed to be the other way around. The man
Right.
is supposed to
Because,
consult with
right.
the woman
Because
when it
men
comes
are
to the
supposed
household
to
things, but
lead.
ultimately the man
Right.
has the last say so, and the responsibility rests with the man to take on the household. So if you felt uncomfortable with giving that man your money, then you need to be more careful about who you choose to call your man.
Exactly, because you ain't have
That,
no problem calling him your man whenever y'all was doing whatever to make the money. Now you got a problem when he done spent the money on a good investment.
right. Because if you don't trust him to provide for you, to protect you, to make those decisions, why would you be bothered with him or be consider marrying him anyway? And there are so many women out there who feel like they make better decisions than their man. I'm like, well, that makes you the fool because why did you marry a man that you didn't trust to protect you and provide for you?
Period. To begin with,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yes.
you put
Ooh,
yourself in that situation. That's your fault. So
wait
don't
a
be
minute.
mad now when he spent the money, because if you didn't trust him to begin with, why did you put him on your account?
Mm-hmm. But
Oh, okay.
Why y'all even
Because if
Professor,
I don't trust you
Professor,
with
right,
my
that
money,
right there.
you're
Look,
not going to have access to my money.
look at
period?
that. That's what you're supposed to be for him. All that other bullshit is out the door. That's what you're supposed to be for him. Too much stress, give them peace. That's what you're supposed to be. Security is by default because that's what he's going to do as the man. He's going to make sure he protect that household. But I mean, really, you got to learn how to be calm. Close your mouth sometimes and think. Think about what you're going to say. A lot of women just go, just blah, 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 blah. We don't think. We got to sometimes close our mouth and think. Think before we get to talking. Think before you get to reacting. Like he said, I made this move so we can come up. We moving up. She ain't ready to move up. She ready for that apartment life. She want to stay back in there. That's where she wants to stay.
If I was him, I'd have told her, I hope you're ready to move on.
No, I'll drop her ass. Like, hey, bro.
You
That's what I
see, you
meant.
see
I
what
hope
we
you're ready to
done
move
then.
on.
Get the attorney. Get the attorney. We done then. Have a
Exactly.
nice day, homegirl. Because for real, at the end of the day, you supposed to be able to trust your man to make the financial decisions for your household anyway. So whether he was making $2 and putting it into your account or $2,000 and putting it into your account, at the end of the day, it's y'all's money, it's y'all's deal. So y'all supposed to be the ones that work it out. And if you can't trust him to work it out in your absence, then you need to move on anyway. So, and
Right.
for real, she the one at this point that can't be trusted. He wasting his time.
He
And
just don't know.
Don't stay.
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
All right, you figure it out. I'm staying here.
You're not staying
Get
here.
your lawyer.
If you stay here, it's over.
I already signed it already. It's over.
If you stay here, it's over. If you stay here,
It's
it's
over.
over.
Get the lawyer. I'm staying here. I'm staying here. Get the lawyer. Call a lawyer. Whatever you
That's a
gotta
grown
do.
man
I
right
signed the
there.
paperwork. Your money is just as good as my money. My money is as good as
No,
your money.
my-
You already know
all my
already.
money.
Now you start crying.
It's
Shit. You
all
don't
my
want to see
money.
this
You
crying
ain't
shit,
put
man.
nothing into it.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
think
Bro.
that
Like,
barbershop money got me? It's my money.
No, bro. I got the keys, bro. I'm good.
Get my money back.
Man, come on. Let's go. Go get
Get
the
my money
stuff.
back.
Bro, you moving in here, bro. Just give me the keys, bro. You moving in here, bro. She be all right, bro. All right, thanks for doing business. Congratulations. Okay, man. Hey, babe. Hey, it's Taco Tuesdays. Taco
I know
Tuesdays.
that's right. I know that's
we
right.
try to change the subject real quick.
I know that's. Hey, I ain't knocking him. He like shit. I got the keys. We got a crib, man. It's Taco Tuesday. Shit.
Okay. Now, okay, so she made the comment about you think your barbershop money paid for any of this. Now, that's another problem I have. For you to throw that man's whatever salary or career in his face like that, instead of downing him for whatever little money you want to compare his money to when you're talking about how much the two of you make, instead of you trashing that man, why are we working towards you having your own barbershop so that you can start charging people booth rent? Instead of downing this man about him being a barber at a barbershop. And where is the dishonor in being a barber? You
Period.
want your man to have a haircut, right? Don't you take your sons to get haircuts? Don't you like a man that keeps himself clean? So where's the dishonor in being a barber? The fact that she said that, like that's a dishonorable job. And since when did any job become dishonorable?
He bringing in money. It's coming to the bank account. I'm lost on what we talking about.
But even if she makes more money than him and you want him to make more, instead of trashing him about where he's at, why are we not having a conversation about someday you owning your own barbershop so that
Period.
you can start charging people booth rent instead of doubting that man for where he's at? Because if you're with him in where he's at, you don't get to talk about him in where he's at because you hear with him being a barber. So you don't get to throw that in his face.
That part. That part. Because
Hey,
that's
it's
I
come
said
back.
before. A good woman is gonna make sure that she help upbuild and uplift her man, and um, she just wasn't showing the good. She is part of the reason why our men be leaving and going to go be with wonderful people.
Okay. Because that's no different from a man who falls in love with a stripper and wants her to stop stripping. Why? If you didn't want to date a stripper, you shouldn't have dated a stripper. That's just how that goes. You don't have the right to ask anybody to make any changes for you. If you accept me and you're here in my present, then you don't get to throw that in my face. We can try to elevate, but you don't get to throw it in my face because you're here.
Right. That's real. That is real. Hey, Savannah. Hey, Supreme. Thank y'all for joining us.
Hey, Vanaboo.
Meet you.
Hey,
Hey,
Savvy.
everybody.
Yes. She definitely a liability. She is definitely a liability.
Right.
He he was better off putting
Hey,
that
it's
money,
Taco
investing
Tuesday.
that money in some Jordans and beating his feet on everything.
Hey, but
Okay.
it's Taco Tuesday though.
Okay.
I don't care what you said. It's still Taco
Hey,
Tuesday.
what's funny is we love tacos, and then that's the way to calm a woman down. He gonna try to get her with some food real quick. Like, hey, come on, boo, I'm gonna just go get you a taco and
Right.
a margarita. We
Let's
moving
get
into
some
this
free
house.
tacos and a margarita so we can talk some shit.
We moving into this house. No
Right. You
worries.
into this motherfucker. If you don't, I'm going. I'm moving, man.
Right. And I'm not
Okay.
even complaining that we sleeping on the floor tonight. I'm good.
Hello, it's mine.
Good. Well, he'd have still been standing there filling out the paperwork while I was in there hanging curtains. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, I'm good. I will sleep on the floor tonight. We ain't even got to leave. We'll stay right here tonight. We'll sleep on the floor. We straight.
The
The
light,
heat on, right? We good.
right, right.
Matter of fact, let's go and christen it before the kids get here.
Right. I know.
Everything. You said we could do it right here, right?
Right. Well, we might as well do it over here too.
Outside. I'm like, okay, let's go.
But yeah, hey, but speaking of the whole financial conversation or aspect of this, that's a good segue into the go to the what you call it video with the chick with the money.
Because hold on. I
Because
just
when I
definitely.
tell you, we are really malfunctioning like seriously all over the place. And I cannot believe that we're running around here bragging about how educated we are. And you see videos like this, and there are a lot of videos where people are going around asking people like questions, and I get why some people may not know a lot of the responses. A lot of people didn't pay attention in social studies. A lot of people didn't pay attention in history. I get it. You might not know everything, but you should know some things. Like everyone should know how many states are in the United States of America. I mean, that should be a no-brainer to anybody that lives in America. But
That,
you got women out here that are, they're bragging about being strong and independent, and then you have idiots who have no business, who didn't learn 2 plus 2.
Or didn't even learn their capital of their state.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like
So
who
sad.
raised
Yeah,
you?
Southlake, Highland Park. Oh yeah, Highland Park. When the grid went down, when we had the ice storm, Highland Park was about the only city that they didn't lose nothing. So I feel you on that, Highland Park.
Listen, it's benefits to living in the nicer neighborhoods, okay? Like you said, when the power and stuff go out, they make sure that they could get that power back on in them nicer neighborhoods. They don't
Hey,
let you.
hey, but they don't let anybody in Highland Park though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to each his own in your areas, but I know, guess what? They ain't letting my shit go down over here neither, and I'm by the hospitals and stuff.
Hey, Savannah.
That's hot though, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen those two, Savannah, but wait till you see this one right here. This one takes the cake because this is worse than not being able to name a couple of countries. This one right here took the cake.
There's people that can't even name the continents.
Hey.
So with that being said, I don't.
It's some that don't know how many quarters are in an hour.
What?
Maybe that man said, how much is $50, $20 bill? Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm not prepared.
She wasn't ready. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
How much is it?
Yeah.
2, 4. You can't do that because only 2 20s is 40.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you would have to 10 to make it 50.
Like $50, $20 bill.
50. To make it what?
Like if you have 50,
Okay.
how much is that?
You can't have a $50, $20 bill.
No, like if you have $50, $20 bills.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Why
are you doing math right now?
Okay, well, let me ask you a different question.
Ask me a different one.
Okay.
Like what?
All right. What is?
Oh, you would have $10,000.
You said how much would I have? All right. Are you smart?
Of course, I go to OSU. Go Bucks.
All right, bet. How much is $50, $20 bills?
Bragging about college.
I had to go back and catch that first part because we have missed
So you're
it.
running around here bragging about college and can't tell nobody if you got $50, $20 bills, how much money do you have? And then when she finally did give an answer, she said $10,000. What is so hard about multiplying 5 by 2 and adding 2 zeros to that number? What is so difficult about that? And my thing is this. A lot of people, when you look at a stripper, you typically think about, I mean, you know, a lot of those girls don't have much drive or ambition, or I don't, you know, it just is what it is. You view them how you view them. But for me, I think a basic requirement for being a stripper is being able to count the bag. How you a whole stripper and don't know how much money you would have if you had $50, $20 bills on the stage?
No, it shouldn't. Wait a minute, Vanderbilt. Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute.
But you know what? If I was him and I interview her, you know what I would ask her next? Do you need a manager? I promise you, I would manage her and I would rob her ass blind.
Literally all the time. Wait a minute. OSU is a great school. I hope she just drunk and she don't know no better. Cause man, she made OSU feel real bad real quick. Wait a minute.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm a replay.
If I was
listen, I'm disclaiming her. Fuck it. We don't claim her. She ain't that.
If I was in that educational institution, if I was the head of that, I would be so embarrassed right now.
I am. She is not part of our school.
And then for her to say you can't do that. He didn't ask you to do anything. He said, how much money would you have? She said it 2 20s make 40. Okay,
you gotta have $10.
Shut up!
But how you be too dumb to be a stripper?
Right. Hello, that's what I'm saying. You're too dumb to be a stripper. You're too dumb to be a stripper. You know why? You can't even count the money that's in that damn Hennessy bag. Give me that damn bag. Crown Royal bag.
That's what I'm saying. There are 2 jobs. First of all, if you learn absolutely nothing in school, the 2 things you should learn in school, well, 3: reading, writing, math. If you take nothing else, reading, writing, math. Math, I don't care what profession you are in. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care what career path you choose. I don't care how many kids you got. Everybody needs to know how to count.
Say that.
But if you're a cashier or a stripper, how in the hell can you not do simple math? Every cashier ought to be able to subtract any amount from a $100 bill and come up with the right number without a calculator. If the power goes down, a cashier should be able to ring up damn groceries and still be able to tell you how much you owe and how much change I owe you based on how much money you gave me. That should be a basic requirement. Is basic math.
It is a
Exactly.
basic
KDH, I love you, man. KDH, I love you, man. Say it again. Nowhere in hell.
laughing. Listen, I'm gonna play this video back one more time for the people in the back that didn't get to see this.
Ain't nowhere in the hell, man.
I'm gonna hit the mute button so that I can laugh.
She lying. She all the way lying.
I don't know how she made it out the 6th grade.
Hold on. Who accepted her enrollment?
Oh, she definitely not smarter than a 5th grader.
Ooh. She's smarter than a 5-day older.
I can't. Wait, hold on. I'm about to play it back. I gotta run it back.
You said $50, $20 bills?
Yeah.
How much is it?
Yeah.
2, 4. You can't do that because only 2 20s is 40.
Yeah.
And then you would have to have a 10 to make it 50.
Like $50, $20 bills.
Oh, 50. To make it what?
Like if you have $50, $20 bills.
Okay.
How much is that?
You can't have a $50, $20 bill.
No, like if you have $50, $20 bills.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Why are you doing math right now? I do not know.
Okay, let me ask you a different question.
Okay, ask me a different one.
Okay.
Like what?
She in high school.
What is?
I don't care
Oh,
what
you
else.
have $10,000.
That's the kid.
Yeah, how much would I have? All right. Are you
Listen.
smart?
Of course, I go to OSU. Go Bucks.
All right, bet. How much is $50, $20 bills?
You said $50, $20 bills?
Yeah.
How much is it?
Yeah.
2, 4. You can't do that because only 2 20s is 40.
Oh, baby dummy.
Oh God.
I don't know how she got enrolled in anybody's educational
She
institution.
in college. She lied. She had to, man. She ain't in college. I don't care what nobody says. She ain't.
No, they the most educated. She definitely She definitely been to college. I don't know what she did while she was there, but she definitely got admitted.
No, she didn't. She's still in
Yes,
high
she
school.
did. Yes, she did. Because they're giving them away to black women. She definitely got admitted.
Mm-hmm.
She checked. Hey, you checked the right boxes. But I'm still trying to figure out why initially she repeated the question. She said $50, $20 bills. How much is that? So you were aware of the question that he asked you. Then you said it takes 2 20s to make a 40. Okay, we know that, but that's not the question that was asked of you.
Oh, it'd be so funny when you be trying to scream out the answer to somebody and they can't hear you. Not you.
But I promise you, the minute I saw her pull out them fingers, I would have said, "Baby, do you need a manager?" I promise you.
Oh, I was crying. Oh,
And I would have been taking 75% off the top because she don't know no better. You don't know what 50 20s is.
Hello.
Oh, Jesus. Is that what they say about Michigan and Ohio State?
Right. That's what I said. I was like, damn.
Out here living that fairy tale. Right up. I am definitely a Michigan fan. Go Blue. Yes, we tore them off the frame. Don't have nothing to do with this conversation, but yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there real quick. Let's go. Anyway.
The worst part about it was when she asked him, "Why are you doing math right now?" The important question is, why can you not do math right now?
No, that's what I was trying to figure out. What is she doing? I hope she drunk.
Ooh.
Yeah,
they would have got her for her tax money and everything. They'd have finagled so much money from her.
I would have managed her. That would have been the first question I asked her. "Baby, do you need a manager?" I would have taken 75% off top.
What? She would have got $100, if that, because that's what you.
And I would have had $50, $20 bills.
Right?
Oh my God! Yes.
Because she don't know no better.
What?
And she couldn't get past them 40s. I swear.
What? 20, 40. Man, if you don't move past,
You
So
can't do
what is
that
that
because you
past
have to
for?
add 10.
Once you add that thumb, she was messed up.
then she's like, well, wait, you can't do that. You gotta add 50, and then no, heifer, no, you don't. What is you talking about? She said you
Girl,
gotta.
I didn't care about no 75% or nothing. She couldn't even get the 100%. She definitely ain't breaking it down.
Yeah, she don't know no better. I would have managed her ass. I promise you. I'll take advantage of a little crazy.
Blessings, Posh. Thank you for
Hey,
sharing.
hey, listen, you talk about 75. You heard what I said.
Hey,
The
I
guy.
took that as a sign. Somebody was trying to let me know I done found another form of passive income. That's all I'm saying.
Shut up. Go to a
Looking like side
website.
money real quick.
Man, you better
Okay.
stop it.
Yeah, this some passive income right here.
Ooh, wee.
Better stop it. She would have straight got, here you go. Here go your $100, girl. Go ahead.
Speaking on stuff passing. Let me because this video right here that we getting ready this next video, I laughed at that one, but I haven't even seen this next video yet. I seen the title to it, and yeah, I'm gonna just let y'all have this one. I don't even.
Hey,
Oh,
Gail.
hey, Gil.
Hey, hey. Yeah, she said would have got $100 that night. Here you go.
Yes, happy birthday again, Queen. Oh my God. Give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it together. See if we can make this.
I don't even think a 10th grade education is as far as she got. If she can't add that, listen, that's like 4th and 5th grade.
10th grade?
And math, that's 4th and 5th grade if she can't do that.
Hey, Ross, while you get that video together for any of the mods in the chat, if y'all want to post y'all channels in there, please do. Any of our followers, if you don't follow any of our mods, Gail at Night, we got Savannah in the building. Please go subscribe to them. Beautiful ladies. They have a great message. So if you haven't, go check out their content. So ladies, please feel free to post your channels in the chat.
For sure. That's what we're supposed to be talking about, getting a listing together so that I could just post it randomly.
What the hell's going on with this? Having seizures?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. Anybody have light sensitivity, we apologize.
Wait.
Because Roxy got the strobe effect going on.
Yeah, I don't know what. She hurt my eyeballs, man. Get it together.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if it's gonna act right or no. Cause I don't know why it's doing that.
Is it playing and it's just
No, it ain't playing. Nothing. Look at it. It's going through the
click off of it and then click off of it and then click back on it.
You know, I'm closing it all the way out. And then
Lord.
Because that was weird.
I'm sorry. We're sorry, Savannah.
Right. Exactly. I just knew I wasn't the only one. I'm like, damn, I'm getting the headache. Wait a minute. Flashlight. Blink, blink, blink. No, I'm tired of blinking. Boom.
Before we start talking about any suits or anything, just FYI, I have nothing to take but children. So if you sue me, they can fry some pork chops. That's all I got.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I lost my pup, so I don't know what you're gonna get out of this now.
Hey, all I got to say is you come over here with that foolishness if you want to.
All I got is, I ain't got nothing for you, man. You practicing over her.
Okay.
Don't practice over her. You good at it. You good. Go on. You good.
So yeah. The title to the show, this Kendra G show was she's a woman with ovaries that hang. I never heard of that before.
Don't spill it. Don't spill it. Don't spill
it.
Huh? Hit the button, please. Hit the button because it sounds very weird when you said something that hangs and nothing hangs. But go on, hit the button. Hit the button now. Hit the button.
I'm trying to hit it. I'm trying. So, yeah, she is the.
Well, hold on, Lindsay. There are women whose innies become outie.
Are we talking
forgot
about
what that-
belly buttons?
My belly button?
No, we're not talking about
I
a
did
belly
have
button.
an listen, I did
No,
have an
I'm not talking about a belly button. There, I forgot what it's called, but there is a condition that some women that their stuff starts to fall out as they get older. I don't know what it is, but yeah,
Oh.
that does happen.
Coochie fall out?
Well, I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
Wait.
Oh, coochie fall out. Like coochie
Pineapple.
cobwebs, coochie cobwebs and all that. Don't act like it don't happen.
Pineapples. Wait.
I was trying not to say it.
Oh, my bad. Push the
Wait.
button, Anime. Push that damn button.
It's been pushed everything but the button. Okay, trust me.
Oh,
Like 10 times. Like 10 times. 10 times. Okay. Boom. Look at it. Let me make it whole and complete. Oh, let me start it over. You can get the fullness of the ovary.
who? You keep saying that.
Why do you like that? I don't know what that thing looked like right there.
I don't know what neither one of them look like right here. I'm trying to figure out which one is which now.
Oh,
Girl,
shit.
you know better.
Hold on, it's playing with no volume. Wait.
Can you see me? I can see you now. What's your name? What's your name?
What?
Wait, what is
What's going on, Rox?
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Her
We lost
ovaries
Rox.
done hung down and hit the mute.
Girl, you so close.
bring the phone down so we can see your face. Do you have a nickname?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Yaya. Yaya, where you calling me from?
NYC.
NYC. How old are you?
I'm 36.
36. What you do for a living, Yaya?
I'm a hairstylist and I also run an OnlyFans.
What do you do on your OnlyFans?
Adult stuff.
Adult stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
Not yet. You didn't get the comments together because I always watch the comments. Yes.
Stop playing with me, computer.
What happened?
I don't know. I think the video is tripping. And it is. But what's happening right now is, I don't know if Roxy can go back. She is reading the comments. So apparently the comment is going crazy. And a lot of people are asking.
The
Okay, there it
elongated
goes.
clitoris and ovaries that hang. Let's get that out the way. Okay.
Wait, can you say it one more time? I want to make sure I got it.
I'm a
Check it out.
woman with the elongated
Okay,
clitoris
hold on.
and ovaries that hang.
You're a trans woman.
So to speak, yes.
Now, how you are so to speak?
Because I always
How's it, Rox?
It done got on my nerves already. And this
adult stuff.
Adult stuff?
Yes, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
And because I always watch the comments. Yes, I am a woman with the elongated clitoris and ovaries that hang. Let's get that out the way.
I'm okay with it being
Wait,
off.
can you say it one
Okay.
more time? I want to make sure I got it. You're
I'm a woman.
Okay.
It said it
So,
was a woman.
I thought that was a dude. Is it a
Okay.
lady or is it a guy?
So that's the thing. It is a guy. So when Kendra said, "Are you a trans?" she was like something like that. She
No,
don't want to identify as that, but that's what it is. So the elongated whatever and the ovaries that hang is a penis and some family jewels.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it was saying in so many words. Lord Jesus, protect us all. Right. So yeah, that's what it was saying.
Oh my God.
Nope,
So
I
how
did
you
too for a
sitting
second.
around here? How you sitting around here describing your man parts as elongated clitoris and ovaries that hang? How did we get here?
I can't deal.
What you got? Just
I
say
can't deal.
because ain't nowhere in the world you're gonna say that. And I'm like, huh? That's why I said, wait a minute, what you say?
Oh,
Balls,
this man
balls
said,
and ovaries that hang. Ain't nowhere in the world is hanging. What you talking about?
that man said a chick with a facial
I
deformity.
did
Lord,
too. I
Lord
did
forgive
too.
me.
That's exactly. I'm like, okay, it's manly. She's manly. She looks like a little boy. So that's maybe why she getting on so she can state her piece of why she looked like a little boy.
I'ma just mute myself for the rest
That's
of the
the leftover. Oh my
I
god.
can't. I refuse to go through this. I refuse to do this. I'm about to try to play this video again. You guys are not gonna stop me from watching this elongated ovary, okay?
Ain't never heard of no hanging overs. If you don't stop playing with your manhood and just say what you saying and say what it is and what you
Okay, but that's how he described family jewels, ovaries that hang.
boy
Oh,
or I
I'm
don't
from
even,
here on out. I don't care what nobody say. That's peen meat. Period. That's it for me. Okay.
I know.
Right.
I think that's my next one. I like that. Gail, I like it. I think I might have to y'all put a comment up. She said
But
that's
it's not
it.
leftover. It's not leftover. He still has his man parts. That's just how he's describing it.
That's why she said it's the pen meat.
Oh, for real.
But I'm like, get out of here. So this is where we are.
Nope.
But yeah, but she's not finished yet. That's not she's not finished. Or
Yo,
whatever is not finished.
it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You'll be amazed how these people are coming out and changing just so much. And these people are falling for it quick, like boom. Oh man. Oh well, it's what it is. Like what?
It's about the feeling in your heart, Niecy. Okay.
Huh?
It's it's not about the leftover peen meat that's hanging. It's about the feeling in your heart.
Y'all are not gonna get stuck on peen meat.
Let's see if I can get it to play real quick, y'all. I think I'm right here.
And you're right, KDH, because
I think I'm like KDH.
yeah, her shows now, to me, it's not even about a dating show no more. It's about who can be the most outrageous now, because some of these people are ridiculous.
Wait, they had a person jump in? Hold on,
I
wait.
think that was an accident. She accidentally added somebody in because it was only like a brief second.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get it big enough. Okay, there we go. Volume back up.
And unmuted. The video's muted.
Right.
Yeah, I unmuted it, but I didn't hit the play button yet. Okay.
Wait, what is
Right,
Come on, PME.
Oh, it don't want to act right.
you're a trans woman?
So to speak, yes.
So to speak.
I don't like to use those words. I don't identify with those words.
Okay, what words do you identify with?
A woman with the elongated clitoris and ovaries.
Oh, okay. That is the words you identify with.
Yes.
Okay. Just for my clarity, and I hope this isn't invasive. Was you born a man but identify as a woman?
For those purposes, yes.
But you don't like that
For those
description?
purposes.
No.
Your description is you were born a woman.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Understand. Okay. Thank you for allowing me to ask the questions just for clarity.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard it described the way that you have described it, though.
I'm sure.
So this is Yaya NYC 36 hairstylist. Does adult things on OnlyFans. No kids yet. When's your birthday or zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Aquarius. All right, boo. What kind of man you looking for, honey?
So I'm looking for cisgender men and trans men.
I thought you don't
Now
like
hold
those
on.
words.
Well, I don't like those words, but you know, you got to use those words for the people. And
Okay.
but men,
How
period.
you looking
You
for a
can be
trans
either, or
man,
you
but
can
you don't
either have a
identify
long
as a
dick or
trans?
a short dick. It does not matter.
Okay. You can be small or large. You can work with either.
Either one.
She could work with it. Continue.
Period. Financially stable, has their own place. Kids, I don't care if you got kids or not. I'm trying to have some kids myself.
How?
Um, as,
How?
I mean,
as far as money wise, you don't have
for coming out loud. Wait.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
How they plan on having some how are we here?
I don't understand what just happened.
And why
That's
and,
all I'm
and
saying. I don't
what
understand.
bothers me the most is that this is the picture of the Black woman now. And it let me back up before I get us kicked off of YouTube. But it bothers me that this is the picture that they're painting of Black women, because you're not me. You can feel however you want to feel. You can live in whatever world you want to live in. You can believe whatever. You can believe in Santa Claus for all I care. None of that matters to me. How you live your life has no impact on me. But I don't like the idea that this is being pushed down the throats of our community, that this is the face of Black women. Because what you don't see is a lot of this in those wonderful establishments. That's what you don't see. But for us, it seems to be in abundance. And for Black women to only make up 7% of the population, why is this so penetrated? We are 7% of the population. Why is this so penetrated? How can we be this big in this and only be 7% of the population? How can this be what you see when you see Black women? How can this be the face of Black women? We only 7%. Why is this so prevalent in our community?
Not to be fair.
Because this is a community that is being brought to for I mean,
and the idea that
this
we
is the community that families are raising children in secret negative homes and keeping things secret and quiet is kept, and then our kids are growing up in certain situations that they would have never been in, and choosing things that they would have never chosen, but for the fact that they was accidentally exposed too early by family members or friends or
right.
um
But what I don't think a lot of natural born Black women understand is that the acceptance of it's one thing. I always say everyone should be treated with dignity and respect. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you choose to be. You shouldn't just be going out of your way trying to cause anybody harm, bullying people, disrespecting people. I don't agree with that either. So everyone should be treated with dignity and respect. But the acceptance of this lifestyle, the way it's being pushed down our throats, to me, I don't think we understand what the end result could potentially be. So we're accepting this into our community because these are biological men. I don't care what they identify as. You are a biological man, which means you have different abilities than I have. You have a strength that I don't have. For the most part, you're going to overpower me biologically. So we get to a place where we keep bringing all of this in. Every circle of girlfriends has one in their circle. You get to a place where women are so catty that now we get into an altercation. If this individual who's hanging around their girlfriends gets into a catty argument with their girlfriends and we actually get physical, is this person going to be treated any differently than anybody else? Because biologically, it's still a man. And we put ourselves in these environments not realizing how dangerous they could potentially be, because you want everybody to openly accept the fact that everything about this person is woman. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, that's not true. So when you get into a situation like that, do we fall back to, oh, this is a man. No different from the whole swimming competition thing. You kept pushing this idea that we have to call them by what they identify as. If this person believes that they're a woman, we have to identify them as a woman. You have to address them as a woman. But the minute a man want a medal, oh, wait a minute, he's stronger than me. Yeah, no shit. But we keep bringing this into our communities, not realizing that you cannot protect Black women and protect that group of individuals at the same time. It cannot happen, because you'll get, if this individual gets into a fight with their girlfriend and y'all decide to bash each other on social media, you know who's going to be shamed for bashing the other? You're going to be shamed for bashing a member of the LGBTQ community. You're going to be shamed, regardless of who's right or wrong. So we're inviting this in, not realizing that you cannot protect a natural born woman while trying to protect somebody who wants to be a woman. It's impossible. That's just like the bathroom. If I have to address you as a woman, that means you're allowed to come into my bathroom. But that means a natural born woman cannot be protected in the bathroom with a biological man. You cannot protect women trying to protect somebody who wants to be a woman. It can't happen. And I don't think women think about the dangers that come with that.
Oh, not at all. We just, as a woman, we generally want the best for everybody, and we are, um, especially nowadays, most of the women are into this equal rights, right? Equal movement, equal power. Women have rights. So, with everything that's being brought to the light, with regards to biases and choices that people make. Their what it preferences that people have for what it is that they want to identify as. Like you said, it's gonna be hard. The lines are totally blurred when it comes to the choices that we are making, and we can't have a unbiased relationship when it comes to I don't even want to say men, when it comes to trans or people who identify as, like you said, because it's always going to be those certain things that we can't be protected from as women. We can't fight men, and they're placing themselves in a situation that's the same as ours, and it's not the same. So tough conversation.
Yeah. But that's real though. We're not the same. And when you get into a situation, you naturally are overpowered by somebody who was born a biological male. I don't care what they identify as. I don't care how much you want to respect that decision. We should all be treated with dignity and respect. But we are not the same. Under no circumstances are we created equal. You weren't designed to be his equal, nor was he designed to be yours. And I think women strip themselves of the beauty that they are by trying to compare themselves to men, or trying to accept the fact that we're all the same and we're all equal. You strip what you bring to the table. You strip yourself of your natural femininity by trying to be equal to him. Or as we enter these conversations where we're talking about the trans community, we got to identify them. So we're all equal, but we're not equal. And again, I don't think that nobody is thinking that what this is going to mean long term. You cannot have women's rights if everybody is a woman. And right now, the environment we living in, as far as Roe v. Wade goes, for you to say that a woman has a right to choose is sexist. Because now, since men can identify as women, and he's sitting up here talking about the fact that he wants to have children, I can't say that you can't have a child. So in the world of Roe v. Wade, where all these women are fighting for women's rights, how do you fight for women's rights when he can be a she? Where do women's rights go after that?
But see, they're not going to, you got to realize that they're not going to take that fight away, because there are women that want to identify as men.
But you know what? You don't see that. What you see are the men who want to identify as women. That's another problem I have with it. Because if we're talking about a trans environment, then that means anybody. That means men who want to be women, women who want to be men. If we're talking about the identity issue, it's he who wants to identify as a she identifying as a he. But either way it goes, if that's where we're at, hold on one second. Hold on.
Well,
Go ahead. I got to step away real quick.
I was gonna say, well, as long as they got rights, we
Why you
always have our women's rights because they are now holding a lot of majority of things. It's gonna be hard for them to take away the same sex marriage because a lot of them has already, you know what I'm saying, went into that as Caucasians, white people. They've already, you know, explored that area, so they are, and hell, they do it bigger than we do. They got the drag queens and the RuPauls and all that. So it's they definitely doing it. It ain't like they not. Matter of fact, they just start putting on a kid one like that. So now the teenagers and the kids that feel like they are and they want to dress like this can now do the pageantry of RuPaul. So it's going rampant in their area too, like beyond.
Right. But the part I don't like about it, I'm sorry, I just had a quick emergency real quick. The part I don't like about it is if we're talking about this whole identity thing or people wanting to, you can be whatever you want to be and gender, all that nonsense. If that's where we are, then that means it goes both ways. But what you see in the news, whether it's in the Black community or any other community, is you see the men that are wanting to transition into womanhood. So for me, it's the emasculation of men that I have an issue with, regardless of race, because they're not putting that in the media about the women who want to transition to men. All you're seeing are the men who want to transition to women. So it's the emasculation of men for me.
True, and that's how they end up bringing on what's her name's remember what's her name's daughter wanted to be he wanted to be a she wanted to be a man. Remember she became a man. Cher's daughter. They
I
had
know that.
yeah,
Oh, dang, I forgot about her. Yeah.
and then remember the one woman decided to transgender over to a male, and then they wanted to have babies, so she ended up having a baby as a quote unquote male. They made a big deal out of it. Oh, a male is pregnant. A male is pregnant. No, she's a female. She just went through her, you know, taking away the breast, and she didn't get rid of the ovaries and stuff because she became pregnant. So boom. So they yeah, and Sade's. Yep, I do remember that too. Her daughter is now a son too. So there's a lot of stars that became stars kids that became transgender, you know, out in the out, you know, as well. But the fact, like you said, the whole masculinity, the whole crushing it's crushing the masculinity. The boys are now okay with kissing each other.
Yeah, it's modern day buck breaking.
Yeah, like you got these young men saying what's up and kissing each other on the mouth, talking about I love him. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? Like none of that's making sense. Wait a minute.
But they pushing it all on our TVs. They pushing it on commercials now.
They do.
They pushing it on cartoons.
They do.
Characters that say that it's okay.
Yep.
Not too long ago, they even had on social media, I remember they had a little character that was going around telling the kids that it was okay to delete themselves. Had a whole thing about it, and all of these people were getting together because parents don't be paying attention to what their kids is doing online, and these kids is watching this cartoon that's telling them, yeah, it's fun, just go ahead and do it, and telling them how to do it. And the next thing you know, we got an uprise in children who are deleting themselves because they watching these cartoons and TV shows and stuff that's telling them that this kind of stuff is okay. So be mindful.
That, I mean, you got to understand, I'm not saying what you do is what you do, but don't portray in this situation yourself to be a woman because, again, you don't have all these parts. You don't bleed like I bleed. You don't have these periods like I got period. You know what I'm saying? You don't have none of these female issues to call yourself a female and say that you're a woman.
Right.
And these men, a lot of men are going for the okie doke and come to find out these are men themselves that you are messing with now.
Yes.
So y'all better be careful with all them BBLs and all that. Oh yeah, she cold, she got a body. Yeah, them men are getting those bodies as well to portray to be a woman as much as a woman is getting those BBLs as well. You know what I'm saying? Be very careful. Very careful. Because there's a lot of them that fool me too. Like, what? Until it start talking. Or until it do something different. It's like, wait a minute.
Hey, all I know is people gonna have to start asking for birth certificates on the first date. That's all I know.
No, you
Unless
just
you
gonna
live
have my
in,
thing
unless
is
you
you
live in
just gonna have
Cali, it don't matter because they
to
allow you to
identify
change it.
yourself.
That's see,
Yeah, but I don't have
confusing.
right, but I don't have an issue with how anyone chooses to live their life. I don't like the idea of them pushing an agenda. I definitely don't like where the end result looks like it's heading into this P. Um, and I don't feel like I don't think women realize that your rights will be stripped away from you because I don't know who that was that said that, but yeah, they're the bigger victims now. Shadrach, they are the bigger victims than women. So the victim that women have been playing throughout all of history is
Mhm.
about to be stripped from you.
Yeah, they already taking over. Already taking over. Oh,
Right.
Exactly.
And
let me.
what's so
They
funny, you can
definitely
ask.
changing them birth certificates. You
They
know
ain't
why?
Right.
changing them
Oh yeah,
verses.
they're doing that in Cali. They're doing that in Cali. But what's so crazy about it, if you ask one of them what a woman is, nobody wants to answer that question because to answer it is to talk about biology and science. You can't answer that question without addressing biology. It's
Period.
impossible
But
because
let me tell you though.
the answer to it is biology. So they don't want to answer
You're
that,
gonna have to start.
but yet and still, you sitting around here fighting for women's rights. What the hell is women's rights if you can't tell me what a woman is?
You're gonna have to, like you said, you're gonna have to sit around and say, are you a man or a woman? What was you born as, a man or a woman? What were you biologically born as? Please let me know before we get into any conversation.
Right, Katanja Brown. And I'm sorry, we can't. That's the thing. Katanja Brown could not say what a woman was, but President Biden made it very specific that he wanted to select the first Black woman. So how can you be looking for a Black woman and the Black woman you got can't tell you what a woman is? But
Hello.
it's not that they can't tell you. They're so busy trying not to offend the LGBTQ community that you're offending actual women, biological women who've always been nothing but women, ain't never identified as anything other than a woman. It is offensive to us for you to place more protection on them, not wanting to offend them by not addressing the answer to the question, because the answer to that question is biology. You can't answer that question without addressing it. And I don't think women realize that that's where it's going because you can't protect both of us at the same time. It's impossible. They had the story out, and I think it was Cali, where the people were at the spa, and in the spa, people are naked in lots of portions of spas. There was a whole identify as male, natural born male, wasn't post-op or anything, had all his male parts, was in the dressing room with families. Somebody had their young daughter in there, and he's running around here hanging and swinging. She was offended, but the spa was more concerned with protecting him than that little girl. And women don't realize that that's what's coming. He had more rights than that little girl.
Listen, people don't realize that they out here changing their names on their birth certificate, getting a whole new identity. So when they do that, you can take that birth certificate, you can get you a new social security card, and
Mhm. You got a
um,
whole new life.
yeah, and that's how they go from having bad credit to having a 700 credit score all over again,
Right.
up under a new identity where they can run
Everybody needs to be
back all the way
questioned.
back at.
Question. You can't. My thing is, women play women's sports. If y'all trans, then you play trans sports. Period.
Right. But you know what's going to mess them up down the road? Okay, here's another example of the acceptance. Okay, so you had the issue where they had the swimmer, that the biological, the trans female swimmer, right? So look at now. If anybody goes to Google Bruce Jenner, go Google Bruce Jenner gold Olympic medals. I promise you, if you pull up 10 stories in Google, 8 of those stories are going to say Caitlyn Jenner won, Caitlyn Jenner won, Caitlyn Jenner won, Caitlyn Jenner won. So what's funny about that is they're actually altering history in front of us. So 15 years down the road, when there is no more Bruce Jenner, everything that you look up is going to be Caitlyn Jenner. What the stories are going to say is that Caitlyn Jenner, a female, won Olympic gold medals in a male dominated sport. If that's what's in the history books, then how can you say a biological man that identifies as a woman can compete with men when a woman, yeah, since that's what y'all want to call her, played in a sport dominated by men and won gold medals? How? Because that's what Google says now that Caitlyn Jenner won. Caitlyn Jenner didn't even exist when Bruce won those medals.
At all.
Bruce was Bruce when Bruce won those medals, and he played in a male sport. There were no females, but the history books are going to say Caitlyn Jenner won those medals.
What
So
about
you're gonna lose. So later on down the road, you're gonna lose that argument if that's what's in the history books.
But what about when Caitlyn decided that he wanted to go back to being Bruce? And what about people that decide that this is no longer what I want to do? I'm going back to being whoever it was that I was before, because it happens.
They don't talk about those stories though.
All the time. Want to have kids. I think that's what this one's saying. They want to have kids. You want to have kids because you got to go back to being a male to have a kid with a female, because ain't nobody just going to give you no kid.
Right. That's another thing. Caitlyn Jenner, Woman of the Year. That is insulting to women.
Right.
That is an insult.
How?
And it's not about disrespecting Bruce, Caitlyn, whatever. It's not about disrespecting Caitlyn Jenner. It's not about disrespecting your life choices. It's about the fact that how dare you? Of all the women, women outnumber men. Of all the women in America, that's the only one, the Woman of the Year. Are you serious? How disrespectful is that to all women?
Very, very much so. Especially when there was a qualified woman out there that could have definitely, just saying, a qualified lady who identified as a lady from birth and was born a lady with non-elongated extra meat.
Okay, and ovaries that hang. I just don't know how we got here.
We ain't they there. That's what's wrong with
What's
it.
funny is that, I mean, genetically speaking, it's true, but that's so weird. Like, I don't know. Wait. No, it probably wouldn't sit in the right spot. Not at all. Not at all.
I don't know where it sits, but wherever they put it, you can have the best surgeon in the world that may, because in all honesty, I'm not even gonna lie. No cap. I have actually seen a biological man that is post-op that is a beautiful woman. Fooled the hell out of me. I promise you. When I found out that that used to be man, I was like, yo, it's getting dangerous out here for me. I would not want to
Say
be a man
it
right now.
again.
It is dangerous out here.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. You
I got a
not
good friend, baby, that's fine as a man and as a woman. Stop
you
playing
ain't
with me.
listening,
He
Linda.
was one of the best looking women I had ever seen in my life. I was like, man, that is a beautiful one. And then when I found, I was like, yo, you cannot be serious. It's dangerous out here for men. But I don't, but women are robbing themselves of who they are by this mass acceptance. And I don't mean acceptance by you can't accept those people for living their life. I don't mean that. Like I said, everyone needs to be treated with dignity and respect. But this whole we everyone has to have when everybody has to be, when everybody has to know, when everybody has to have one in their corner. I just don't understand how we got here and how much time and effort did this individual put into trying to come up with the description for your man parts that you have and talk about you don't identify as a biologically born boy. Excuse me? How can you not identify as a fact? I don't care if you identify as a woman today. How can you just completely obliterate the fact that regardless of what you identify as today, even if you're post-op, you were still born a biological male. You were assigned male at birth. How do we get to a place where we can completely elude facts?
Listen, how he eluding facts and he still got his wang-a-lang. That's all I'm saying. You can't exclude that,
with
my
them
guy.
ovaries that hang.
Stop playing with me. You still got a digging bees. Don't.
Wait a minute, a digging bees.
I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible. Stop playing with me, sir, ma'am.
The hanging ovary and the digamies.
Okay, I'm just saying you have all of the physical characteristics. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a hard look.
All the physical attributes of a man.
Okay, that's another thing. That's another situation. Sharek brought up a point. If he goes to jail, he's going to identify as a woman. That's another situation where women cannot be protected. If you have a bunch of men, because think about it, why would that not be a strategy? Wouldn't do that? But you got all these men that are going to identify as women, and according to we have to call them by what they identify as or associate them with that. Now you got all these men who are sitting up in women's prison. You cannot protect women.
First of all, there was something that actually did.
I know, but you again,
he
you
had
cannot
women pregnant in the jail.
I know, but again, you cannot protect women. Protecting them, it is impossible.
Right, and I so feel you, right? Yes, don't they? I'm sitting there like, dang, they go so hard. They try to be female so much, so they pick up on anything we do. They bite it.
Right.
It's hard to buy clothes in my size because they wearing them. It's hard to buy heels in my size because they buying them. It's hard to buy just anything because they taking it. My little jackets and everything. It's like, dang. So yeah, I'm in competing with all want to come to my clothes.
Vice versa. Perfect blackness. You said it perfectly. We can never be equal to one another in any shape, form, or fashion. It's just not a thing.
Right.
We built different.
Right.
And in.
And I don't think women really feel, for some reason, women feel slighted when you say they're not equal to men. But men are also not equal to you. Men cannot do what you do, but you rob yourself of your greatness trying to be equal to him.
Right.
There's a beauty that women have that men don't. There's an essence about women that men don't possess. So it's not, but we feel slighted when you tell one of us that we are not equal to him. You shouldn't be offended by that because he's not equal to you either.
That part.
Okay.
What was your last period, man?
I feel you, Savannah.
Give me a date. You thinking too long. Give me a date. You should know when she just came, man.
Your calendar out. Stop playing with me.
Okay. Matter of fact, if you go to her house, you know how women always want to check your bathroom cabinet. Check her, see if she got any feminine products in there.
Say that.
Because if it ain't a pad in that place and she ain't menopause age, it's a problem.
Right. Check that bathroom cabinet.
Nowadays, I don't know though, because if you identifying as, are you like really?
They ain't wasting no money on no doggone. They are not wasting money on no pads and tampons. Get out of here. No, they ain't. No, they ain't.
They might be sticking it up in there to see
where you sticking it at.
Where they sticking everything else at? Stop playing with me.
We're not gonna have this conversation.
I say, and if you check it for hormone pills, yes, definitely. If you're in the medicine cabinet, you might as well check for the hormone pills for real. Like, oh, wait a minute, what's this? Be looking it up in your cell phone, like, what in the world type of medication is this? Wait a minute.
Right.
But like, I holler at you later, man. I gotta check these.
That's another good one. So if family courts are biased, if a man is in a family court with a woman trying to take the kids, if he identifies as a woman, does it give him a better shot at having access to the kids?
Huh?
No.
If a man and a woman are in family court, and the man goes into family court in a dress, and he tells the judge that he identifies as a woman because family court is gender biased, would it give that man a better shot? Because now not only is he identifying as a woman and is biased for women, he's also part of the LGBTQ community, so he would have more protections than she would.
That's gonna depend on who the judge is that's handling the case. How about that?
Hey, all I'm saying, if I was you men, I'll try that shit. I identify as your honor. I'll try that shit.
Like I was just in court just doing that.
Right.
Real fast.
But you got to be careful because, man, everywhere you turn, there's one or two, and you just don't know. So asking these questions like, was you biologically born as, or when was your last menstrual cycle, or, you know, hell, you use long or short pads? You use wings or what?
Not the wings.
What?
Yeah,
Use wings.
That's what I'm saying. People go out of their way. You know, if they buy
man, I had that kind of energy in my life.
Opening up the box and everything.
Oh, just trying to prove, man, shut up, man. Y'all better get to asking questions. Ask your sisters, ask your cousins, females, like, what is it y'all do that I can make sure I'm careful on who I'm talking to and who I'm dating and feng shuiing? Because, man.
And you know what? Okay, stuff like that. Now, when you go to that degree that you're actually trying to manipulate somebody or deceive an individual, that gets me thinking. I remember a few summers ago, Dallas was one of the hot spots for a lot of the LGBTQ supposed deletions that were happening around the city, right? And a lot of them wanted to chalk it all up to hate crimes. And my thing is this, I get it. Some people do commit hate crimes. There are people who go out looking for those individuals just to cause them harm. And I do not support that. However, if you're a guy, natural, biologically born man, have never identified as anything but a man, and you meet a chick, whether it be online, at a bar, whatever the case may be, and maybe it appears to be a full-blown chick. Maybe they just was a beautiful man. They post-op, they've gone through all the procedures, they wearing all the hair hats, got the nails done. It looks like every bit of a woman. And you start developing some feelings for this individual, and maybe they do tell you, but maybe they tell you right in the heat of the moment where you thinking, okay, this is going to be the night. It's getting all hot and bothered. And right before you lean in for a kiss or right before you do whatever, they say, hey, I got something to tell you. My thing is this. At that point in time, while I do not condone or promote violence, at that moment in time, if something does go down, you cannot chalk that up to a hate crime because you deceived an individual. This person did not seek you out. This person was not looking for you to cause you harm because of your life choices. This person is upset and hurt because you deceived them, because this person is not attracted to people like you. And it's okay for someone to not be attracted to people like you. Even heterosexual. Every heterosexual man is not attracted to a woman just because she's a heterosexual woman. There are features about people that you're attracted to. So if he doesn't want to date a trans woman, then that is his choice. But for you to go along and have somebody develop feelings for you, thinking that you're a woman, you parading around them like a woman to the point that you're deceiving them. If something happens at that point, I don't think you get to classify that as a hate crime.
But no one else would be able to classify. They would see it as only a hate crime, not saying, okay, well, maybe he lied and said that, you know, they're not thinking like we would think. That would be the first thing I would have thought. Like, was it really a hate crime? Because I don't see the hate crime. I think it was.
But I'm saying in the news stories, it was classified as hate crimes because they're protected. Because it was them, it was classified as a hate crime. But I don't think you get to call that a hate crime when you have deceived an individual and you wait till I'm trying to unbutton your pants to tell me you got ovaries that hang. At that point, whatever happens, happens. That's on you. And I don't think you get to call that a hate crime. Somebody who just maliciously goes out seeking trans individuals, yes, that's a hate crime.
Yep.
But somebody you deceive, no, ma'am. You don't get to call that a hate crime.
Nope.
No, ma'am. No, sir. Whatever. It's not a hate crime.
No, ma'am, no, sir. Whatever. You hear me? You heard what I said. Anybody got time for that?
Not today or tomorrow, okay? Not today or tomorrow.
Not near at all. One time.
Well, I actually enjoy looking at these videos today, giving a different perspective to these new modern women and the ways that they think, the backwards thinking that's taking over our society today, and the things that they want us to accept, and the things that we just generally accept ourselves. Because really, $50, $20 bills, like really,
Okay.
Right.
Hey,
that's
you can't do that. You can't do that. 2 20s make a 40.
oh yeah. Plus, then you got to add 10.
Okay.
And yeah, see, I can't.
Hey, like I said, sweetheart, do you need a manager?
I'm trying to tell you, at the end of the night, you're gonna have $100, baby, because I've got the rest.
I got 50 20s.
I got
And you got 4 since you can't count past 4.
what? Here go your $100, baby.
That's funny. That's funny. Ain't that the truth, Rhea? Straight entrapment. Out here not knowing who you dealing with, and got yourself caught up. Because what about those people that's been dealing with you and you didn't identify yourself before you got deleted? Because that's the reason why they was deleting people, because they was lying about who they was
in the first place.
Yeah. That's my thing. You don't get to call that a hate crime when you intentionally deceive somebody. If you're going to the point that you're a biological, if you got ovaries that hang and you have a stash of feminine products in your medicine cabinet just in case somebody looks, that's intentional deceit. Something happens to you, hey, it is what it is. There is an equal and opposite. There to every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Choose your actions wisely.
So again, be careful. Be careful. Ask questions. Ask them uncommon questions now. And if they say, "Dang, why you asking me that?" I need you to answer the question first. And then after
I need you to answer nothing else. Because why you asking me why I'm asking you?
Yeah,
we getting to know each other. This is part of the getting to know each other process.
Nope.
I'm supposed to ask you questions. And if you don't want me to question you, then there's no conversation to be had.
I need some questions. I need to know about your periods. I need to know about you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, even if we ain't physically getting that evasive yet, if we hanging out and stuff, I'm definitely going to your medicine cabinet. I'm nosy.
But Roxy, you on the first date, right? How is what kind of car you drive more important than what gender were you born? You drive more important.
Because before we never had to ask that question. Only recently.
But I'm saying, women will ask those questions on a date. What kind of car you drive, all those little basic questions, but want to get offended because he asking you a real question in today's environment.
Are you a sham or
20 years ago, I could see you being offended by that because that just meant you looked a little brawny. But in today's I could get offended by that.
Oh shit. Yes, back then, but now I need to know what was you by like?
I mean, you saying they look a little brawny.
Right. But even if you don't look brawny in today's environment, I feel the same way about asking about somebody's biologic, their birth gender, as I do about asking somebody getting a DNA test. Nobody should sign a birth certificate without a DNA test, and nobody should fall in love with a woman without knowing if it's a biological woman or not. Period.
Fall in love. Wait a minute. They ain't even falling in love. They out here falling into that.
You shouldn't even fall into a life. You shouldn't even fall into dinner without knowing.
Okay. That. Let's start there.
Yeah. Don't sign a birth certificate and find out what they they birth gender is.
What were you?
Because you should have a right to choose too. It's not about not accepting them or whatever. It's about you having a right to choose too. I have a right to not choose you. I have a right to not be attracted to you. I have a right to not be involved with you. I have a right to not be romantically or physically involved with you. I have that right.
Man, I got a right to not want to date somebody that's got the same thing as me.
Okay.
I have that right.
confused.
I have that right to know.
If I identify as a straight person and I'm dating you and you tricking me, deceiving me for all intents and purposes, then that's a problem.
You
Like,
breaking up rocks.
that just means it's time.
Right.
Well, I guess that's it. Like, and we love you.
Let me tell you what that reminded me of. That part on the movie Forrest Gump where he was running all that time and then he just stopped. Stopped and he was like, well, I think I'm gonna just go on and go home now.
That's exactly what he was gonna say.
She was like,
go home now.
Forrest Gump was part of the problem because Jenny was for the streets.
Jenny was definitely for the streets.
Oh, okay.
She loved the streets.
Yeah, Jenny was definitely for the streets.
Stop playing.
He would come and get her. She's like, why are you here? Go away. I want the streets.
I'm trying to start in peace, please.
But he was saving everybody.
No, he was definitely just saving Jenny. He was barely saving himself.
Yeah. Private thing. I got you, private thing.
Yeah, he should let Jenny the
Oh man.
For real. Oh yes, she did. And you know what's crazy? Because I definitely just realized as an adult watching the movie.
Yes, she did.
First time
yes,
that,
she did.
that's what they were talking about in the movie that she had that ooh-wee.
Because she was for them streets.
And a lot of them videos, other females was part of that. You know, there's a lot of people that's part of them streets that get caught up and get that, man down.
Hey, but he loved Janae.
Yes, he did love his Janae.
To the death of him.
Okay.
Or her. Okay.
But I guess we love y'all. Y'all stay peace and easy.
And stay away from these malfunctioning modern women.
Please, definitely stay away because we don't know what's wrong with them. Okay, we definitely don't.
They short circuited.
And not everything goes to the penthouse.
They just falling short of the mark all the way together. Like the bar has definitely fell off.
Hey, the bar's low. Tiara then got, I guess they going through their little divorce, right? So I saw a picture of her floating around today where she in a whole bathrobe. I said, so hold on. You done left a whole husband. All these women out here talking about there aren't any good men out here. No man wants to get married. No man wants to settle down. No man wants to commit. And you done left a whole husband to be the next OnlyFans?
Who?
Tiara married the twins.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So she's sitting there talking about they didn't have a successful marriage and all this other nonsense and ain't gave no real reason why they're getting divorced. Just, of course, no fault divorce, of course. And you sit up here now, the first picture floating around to you is you in the bath towel sitting on the floor with your legs half open. So you done left a whole husband to be the next OnlyFans model? Are you serious? This is what we applauded.
No, we don't know what her backstory is.
I don't care what. Hold on. I don't care what the backstory is with the divorce. Why are you sitting around here parading around in a bath towel on social media? Your first picture after you left your husband, regardless of why you left.
No, she had a lot of pictures. I seen a lot of pictures.
I said the bathrobe picture.
Okay, that could have been one out of 50.
Why? Why does it exist?
Because that's how she was feeling, frisky.
Why is it on social media?
Because she wanted y'all to know she was single and able to mingle.
Like I said, you done left a whole husband just to be the next OnlyFans model.
Possibly.
That's all I know.
I just said she's trying to show her singleism there.
And that's what she gonna be.
That's all I'm saying is Savannah. Period. I'm making them count on the first day. Can you count to 100? Because if you can't count to 100, like Karma taught my little 2-year-old to count, I don't got time for you. She over here watching Gracie's Corner learning how to count to 100. Okay, and if you can't, my 2-year-old doing, then I ain't got time.
You cannot be a stripper if you can't count your bag. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's part of the dating situation. Do you know what 50/20s is?
Because the stripper ought to know that answer off the top.
Off the top.
Because this is my money, and I'm sure you'd have collected 50 20s in a night. If not, then maybe you should change your profession.
What? Because I'm telling you now, they making buku
You know,
bread.
to what? To what? The person who get the fries out the basket at McDonald's? Because what else she gonna do?
Yeah, she definitely
Right.
could get the fries, maybe. Unless they tell her that she got to get on the register in between time, then she might as well just go on and head out.
But yeah, you educational institutions, y'all better watch who y'all give it access to, because they are not representing you well at all. That's all
And
I'm
give
saying.
her degrees too, because
That
how
was not good. She shouted out that college. That was not good representation.
They won't even talk about the college.
And y'all need to start watching who you admit.
Yes.
no who they graduate. You can admit who you want to,
She
but who
didn't
did
have to
you
They
graduate?
graduate.
say she graduated.
She probably didn't graduate, but the fact that she get to claim that she went.
Yeah, she said she went and she can't do that 50-20, man. That's gonna be part of that's part of the application process. We're gonna start asking simple questions just like this.
Like I said, if you take nothing else from school, reading, writing, math.
Lord,
Period.
please take everything from school, because that's what you're going for. You ain't got nothing else to do in this lifetime but go to school.
Because no, I don't agree with that, because I honestly believe that American public school system teaches nothing but conformity. But reading, writing, and math is fundamental to everybody. I
Yes.
don't care what you decide to do in life.
Yes.
Reading, writing, math is fundamental.
But however, I mean, I get that and all of that, but my reasoning for that is I don't like wasted time. So if
I
you
feel
in
you.
school all day long, you need to get something out of it while you're there. I don't care what
Hello.
they teaching you. You can learn something from everything in this life, whatever it is. Whether you're gonna use it 20 years from now or not, you don't never know what you're gonna use. So you need to spend your time, because that's what you're there for. You got
Right.
all day. You ain't
All
got nothing else to do with your time. And this is what I tell my kids. You don't have nothing else to do with your time. So learn something.
Any
Girl, these kids nowadays playing with their phones in school. What you talking about?
I don't have time for that. Now, we not about to play in school. That's all you got to do.
And I need more parents to be more on that because, honey, it is hard to educate kids when we don't have parental help backup. Like, we trying to tell your kids that it's more to life than shoes, fashion, and being basketball and football players. So, yeah, try to help us while we trying to help you and help our babies. Because ain't nobody got time for no kid or no grown adult that can't read a prescription bottle that says 3 times a day, and they give you 3 pills each time they're giving it to you. There's something wrong with them not being able to read, and a lot of people and a lot of students are just behind in reading, and it has a lot to do with the COVID situation. But let's all get on the right page and educate our kids. Be careful who they mix and mingling with. Ask important questions. Make sure who you dating is who you dating and the right identity or sexual identification that you would want to be with. And yeah, and strap up, wrap up. There's too many STDs running out here.
Hey, you said something about the sports and stuff. That's the dreams that we have in our community. So I'm gonna throw this little plug in there, and then I'm done for the night. I know a lot of women are concerned with this whole concept of DNA testing, but the reason why women need to be concerned is because since so many of y'all are raising your boys in single parent households where you are the authoritative figure, you are the decision maker, you better start realizing that now, since Roe v. Wade has been overturned and it's no longer federally protected, and now college kids are able to make money off their name, image, and likeness. And now you got girls that are going to be going to college with your sons that you're pushing to be in the NFL or the NBA. Now they got a sponsorship deal. Your child is sitting over here with a whole Nike deal in college. He gets a girl pregnant. They happen to live in a state that don't have no abortion rights. And maybe the child don't belong to him, and he find that out 5 years later. Now here your son is and got a messed up his ankle, and he never gets drafted. And now his child support is set at that amount that he was making when he had them scholarship deals. So y'all better be concerned with DNA too. But I know y'all ain't, because y'all too busy worried about fraud and scheming somebody. But y'all better learn. Y'all better get worried about that shit, because you gonna have a son one day too that a woman gonna run circles around him, because that's all y'all raising. So
Period.
women need to be concerned with DNA too, because you got sons gonna be in college making all this money, and college years is when a lot of women used to have abortions. If they live in a state where it's no longer legal, you mothers need to be concerned for your sons. Get a DNA test.
Hashtag DNA 826.
DNA 826.
Let's go. Thank y'all so much for coming out and joining us. If you're watching this on a replay, drop a hello in the chat. We appreciate you guys. And we'll definitely be back on Thursday evening around the same time. So come out and join us again. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to support our channel, it's via Cash App at Melanated and Candid. And until next time, you guys have a great evening.
Good night.